The air in Louisville, Kentucky, buzzed with an electricity that could only be described as destiny. On a humid evening in 1942, a boy named Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. was born, and with him, a fire that would one day light up the entire world. Cassius was 12 when his bike was stolen. Fuming with anger, he stormed into a local police station to report the theft. Joe Martin, a sergeant and boxing trainer, listened to the boy's fiery resolve to whip whoever had taken his bike. Martin, impressed by the boy's passion, told him, "You better learn how to fight first." That moment set the wheels of history in motion. The birth of a champion. Cassius began training at Martin's gym. He was raw but relentless, combining unmatched speed, quick wit, and unshakable confidence. By the time he was 18, he had won the Olympic gold medal in Rome in 1960, but his dreams were far from over. When he returned home, he was still subjected to segregation, even with gold around his neck. It was a harsh reminder of the battles he'd faced both inside and outside the ring. Cassius turned professional, and his rise was meteoric. His brash personality, poetic taunts, and charisma drew fans and critics from every corner of the globe. His declaration, "I am the greatest," was not arrogance, it was prophecy. A new name, a new fight. In 1964, Cassius defeated Sonny Liston to become the heavyweight champion of the world. Shortly after, he announced he had joined the Nation of Islam and changed his name to Muhammad Ali. The name symbolized freedom, identity, and faith, a rejection of the name given to his ancestors by slave masters. This decision, like many others in Ali's life, was polarizing, but he stood firm. In 1967, Ali refused to be drafted into the Vietnam War, famously stating, "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong." This decision cost him his title, his boxing license, and nearly his career. For 3 years, he was barred from fighting, but Ali's resolve never wavered. His stand inspired a generation to question authority and fight for justice. The comeback. In 1971, Ali returned to the ring in what would become one of the most legendary rivalries in sports history, his trilogy with Joe Frazier. Their first fight, billed as the fight of the century, was a brutal 15-round battle. Ali tasted defeat, but it only fueled his fire. 3 years later, Ali faced George Foreman in Zaire for the Rumble in the Jungle. Foreman was a monster, a seemingly unstoppable force of nature. But Ali, ever the strategist, introduced the world to the rope-a-dope, leaning against the ropes and letting Foreman tire himself out. In the 8th round, Ali exploded with a flurry of punches, knocking out Foreman and reclaiming his title. The crowd erupted, chanting, "Ali, Bombe! Ali, kill him!" The man behind the gloves. Ali was more than a boxer. He was a poet, a philosopher, and a fighter for civil rights. His words, sharp as his jabs, pierced through prejudice and inspired millions. He marched with Martin Luther King Jr., stood alongside Malcolm X, and used his platform to speak truth to power. As the years went on, Ali faced the toll of his battles. Diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 1984, his movement slowed, but his spirit never faltered. He became a global ambassador for peace, lighting the Olympic flame in Atlanta in 1996, a moment that brought the world to tears. The eternal flame. Muhammad Ali passed away on June 3, 2016, but his legacy lives on. He was not just the greatest boxer of all time, he was a symbol of resilience, courage, and humanity. His story reminds us that greatness is not just about victory, but about the fights we choose to take on, the values we uphold, and the impact we leave behind.